Oftentimes, Ninjago's at its best when it tells simple stories that allow its characters to shine. Season 1 especially does this well, and I've always loved Zane's flashbacks from episode 7, TikTok. This scene is very emotional and really powerful, and is by far the best scene of this season. Today I'm breaking down the beautiful simplicity of Zane's flashbacks. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for my analysis of Zane's flashbacks. Season 1 was a really good season for all characters, but probably Zane most of all. And it actually started with episode 2, Home. This is the episode that first hints at Zane's family and shows his connection with the Falcon. This episode establishes that Zane is different. He's isolated from his family, he doesn't know his own origins, but he found a new family in the Ninja team. This is a very strong idea and lays the foundation for what comes soon. 5 episodes later, Zane discovers he's a robot, and this is a pretty big plot twist, but it also kind of fits his personality. Zane is pretty upset about this news, and he soon discovers a memory switch, which all this time has been turned off. Zane clicks it back on, and the best flashback of Ninjago takes place. First off, I love this opening. I love how out of place and sudden it is, as if it's changing Zane's world. And it zooms into Zane, kind of taking us into his own head and memories. Then we see this rewind, as if the memories are coming back from most recent to oldest. In this first part, Dr. Julian leans in towards Zane and welcomes him to Ninjago. This is a very caring and kind character, and I feel like that's already evident here from his facial expression and the way he speaks. The next few scenes are very simple. We see Dr. Julian and Zane cooking. We also see Zane kicking a ball and being knocked over. It's all pretty basic stuff, but the common trend here is Zane and his father together. When he's cooking, it's Dr. Julian who reassures him and helps him out. When he falls out, it's Dr. Julian who helps him get back up. Zane and his father had a very warm and close relationship, and these scenes communicate that very well. By the next set of scenes, Dr. Julian has gotten older, and there's so much detail in his aging. He ages very gradually, with more facial details appearing with each clip, as well as his hair and eyebrow colors changing. And that's the passage of time. Dr. Julian is completing his life, but Zane's life is eternal. I also love the inclusion of the Falcon and how it's pictured as Zane's companion. This is also what Dr. Julian tells Zane he was built to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and this becomes such an iconic line. It's also a guiding principle of Zane's character, an idea he lives by in future seasons. But it's the end that packs the most powerful punch. Dr. Julian is on his deathbed, and the music starts to slow down. This track is awesome. It excellently portrays the bond between these two characters, and now as it slows down and transitions to piano, it's sad, but it's not painful. It's actually very peaceful, and it evokes the happy memories these characters previously had. In his final words, Dr. Julian tells Zane he was the son he never had. It's clear how much Zane meant to him. Even in their final moments, they're just smiling. Again, this is a very peaceful death. It's acceptance of a life well lived. A simple life in isolation, but they had each other and that was enough. What Dr. Julian does next is flawed. He turns off Zane's memory switch, which is obviously done out of love to protect Zane from his grief, but in the process he erases all happy memories and leaves Zane feeling isolated. This is addressed in season 2, as well as crystallized. Overall, you can't just ignore grief. The color of this flashback is really important too. Initially, the characters appear kind of pale and unnatural. By the end though, this is gone. The characters appear much more natural, and the background is just warmer. In my opinion, this symbolizes the sense of belonging and family that Zane felt with Dr. Julian over the years. And then, just like that, it's all gone. You can just see the color fade away here. And now he's isolated and by himself. The glasses hitting the ground in slow motion is really powerful, confirming that Dr. Julian has passed away. The music trails off too, leaving Zane's fate uncertain and open-ended, and Zane is just very confused here. And that's where we leave Zane here. To circle back to what I said earlier, Zane becoming a ninja symbolizes his new family and his new home. The first time he has these since Dr. Julian's death. I also love this final tear from Zane, which shouldn't make sense. We know he's a robot now, but it shows how human of a character he is. And I love this quiet, solemn remembrance of Dr. Julian. Zane finds strength in this memory and goes on to unlock his true potential. Easily his best episode of the entire show. It's also Ninjago's best portrayal of death. This show is known for its crazy cool concepts, fire snakes and evil robots, but it also tackles serious, realistic issues sometimes. By doing this, Ninjago makes itself a truly special and meaningful show. And the first and one of the best scenes to do this is of course the flashbacks. 11 years later, it is still a genuinely moving and emotionally powerful scene. And yes, Dr. Julian actually does return to season 2, but it isn't bad at all. By season 2, so much of Zane's character work has been resolved, and bring Julian back doesn't ruin it. Instead, it offers a meaningful second act, And Julian also dies before season 3, so his time in season 2 feels limited and more special. We can assume that Zane finally got to fully grieve his father. And that's a really nice conclusion to this arc. And that's the story of Dr. Julian and Zane, a human father with his robot son. Certainly not the main focus of Ninjago, but it still remains one of the most compelling and heartwarming scenes of any kids show. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone ever you know. I hope you enjoyed this type of analysis content. If you want to see more, please let me know. In the future, I might take a look at Cole's family as well. But share your thoughts on these flashbacks below, and I'll see you guys next time.